December 10th, 2012 to order. Mr. Spagna, would you please call the roll?
Allen.
Here.
Dixon. Here. Gibbons.
Here.
Cannon.
Present.
Harrison.
Present.
McLean.
Here.
Mowry.
Here.
O'Brien. Hay. 7.
7 members present. This time, could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn to chair announcements. Executive sessions at council were conducted on Monday, December 3rd, 2012, to discuss property, real estate, and issues with police contract. And tonight, December 10th, before we came out, on some police personnel matters. We're going to change things up a little bit here. We're going to start with the mayor's report this evening.
This is unusual. I've never, in 15 years, got to be first.
You might want to get the microphone.
Might do that first, right? Is it on? Oh, it is on. Okay. We do have a nice crowd here tonight, and we know that a lot of these young men are probably going to go home and work on their calculus and those kinds of things, and then go to bed. And so some of you want to leave. Feel free to leave whenever you want to. We are going to get the boys up early here so we can all recognize them. I think what I'm going to do here to start is just exactly that. I've gotten some materials here that the coaches were kind enough to put together for me, and it's the Bethel Park Junior Football Termite Super Bowl contenders. Bethel Park 6- and 7-year-olds, or more commonly known as Termite Black and Termite White. These kids, 36 kids, started the season way back in the beginning of August, and for a lot of them, this was their very first experience in football. You guys going to do it again next year? Yeah. Very great. The first 3 weeks in August are a true test to the boys in having to deal with the heat, 2-hour practices, 3 to 4 nights every week, and the first day of football is referred to as the last day of summer for a lot of these boys. There was a lot of time spent preparing the kids for the first game, which was a short 3 weeks away. Jim Del Duca, coach of the Termite White, and Paul Curry, coach of Termite Black, would talk on a daily basis about what seemed to be working and ways to help to get the teams better. And it's true. It's important that you have good coaches and you do these things. There was some adversity as well. Termite White lost 2 players to injury, one of which was their quarterback and also the coach's son. Both teams kept pressing on and encouraging the boys to work hard, and it will be worth it at the end of the season. Before they knew it, it was September 1st, and the first game of the season had arrived. Both teams fought hard that day, but both came up a little short. Termite White lost 21-20 to North Allegheny, and Termite Black lost 14-13 to Peters Township. That following Monday at practice, pizza was brought for both teams and told them to forget about the score of the first game, learn from it, and come out ready to play better in the next week. That must have worked pretty well because both teams only had 1 more loss in the regular season. Congratulations, good record. Needless to say, both Termite Black and Termite White made the playoffs. For those of you who might not understand that, all of the teams do not live in Bethel Park. They play what they call the Route 19 League, and it encompasses, I don't know who all encompasses, but I think Upper St. Clair is in it, and Peters Township, and others. Years ago, those of us who have gray hair can remember when we had all the boys playing football were from Bethel Park, so it was a little different back in those days. Termite Black found out that they were playing the same Peters Township team that they lost to back in September 1st, and they were very excited about a rematch. The enthusiasm Termite Black had was for this rematch showed during the game as they beat Peters Township 27-12. Congratulations. Ironically, Termite White also got to have a rematch against the other Peters Township team that they had lost to earlier in the season as well. Termite White wasn't going to allow another loss to Peters as they too won their game 31-13. Boy, it's a lot of improvement in a short period of time. At this point, both black and white started to see the big picture come a little more into focus. There was a chance that the two Bethel Park teams would meet or could meet in the Super Bowl. The second round of the playoffs was going to determine whether this was going to happen. Both Bethel teams had to take their show on the road, both being the lower seed in the second round. Termite Black had the earlier of the two games and traveled to South Fayette. You could see it during warm-up that these kids were fired up and ready to win another game. Final score, Termite Black 24, South Fayette 6. They had won an invitation to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, up north, Termite White was going up against an undefeated Seneca Valley team. Everyone had said that this was the team to beat, but Termite White didn't want to hear any of this. They were going up there to win. Now, let me get rid of some of the stuff in my hands. We didn't get much chance to rehearse this, as you can see. All right, now we're ready. It was a hard-fought game, and nobody even could keep track of the score because it kept changing so often. When it was all over, we got the news Termite White beat undefeated Seneca Valley Stallions 33-31 to advance to the All-Bethel Park Super Bowl for the 2012 season. Congratulations, White team as well. That's great. The final week of practice, two teams from Bethel Park traveling to Seneca Valley for the Super Bowl. The teams that had practiced right next to each other all year had to separate and make sure the other team didn't see any of the secret weapons they planned on using for the Super Bowl. Now, you coaches wouldn't do anything like that. I know you wouldn't. Reports were coming in that one of the teams was practicing onside kicks, while the other team was working on the reverse and some different pass plays that nobody had yet seen. This was also the week that Superstorm Sandy saturated our area with rain all week, and this was going to make things very interesting. The Super Bowl was scheduled for 9 a.m., first game of the day. The good news was that the rain had finally quit, but the bad news was it was going to be a cold morning. Both teams arrived at Seneca Valley at 8 a.m. to prepare for the final showdown. The time had come, and all the hard work for both teams earned them a spot in the championship game. The whistle blew, the game began. It was a hard-fought game against two Bethel Park teams, and at the end of the day, Termite Black was the winner with a score of 25-6. At the start of the season, who would have guessed that two Bethel teams playing in the Super Bowl, especially due to the fact that this was the 50th anniversary for the Bethel Park Junior Football. It was a beautiful ceremony that Seneca Valley put together with a speech and also the trophy presentation. There were a whole lot of tears being shed, and more importantly, a lot of memories that the kids of Bethel Park will never forget. The coaches from both teams want to thank all the players and the families and the Bethel Park Junior Football for this fantastic opportunity. Termite Black and Termite White also wish to thank the Bethel Park Board for the chance to be recognized for this achievement and our sincerest gratitude. Well, congratulations, guys. That sounds like a great football team. You want to hold the trophy up so the cameras can pick it up and get it on television? By the way, you boys are all on television. I should have told you that before. They might only see the back of your heads, I'm not sure. Here's your trophy. Now, the good thing, probably some of you guys will both play football, or some of you will play in high school. Maybe many of you will play in high school. But you won't have to play each other again anyway. Okay. Coaches, how about coming up here and saying something for us? Who's our man?
You want to bring the players up, Mayor?
Why don't we do that so we can get a look at them? Let's have all the black team over here, the white team over here, and looking that direction towards the camera.
Smile.
Jimmy, how's your dad?
What more can I say here now? I put it all on paper, so my speech was given by the mayor here. Thank you for that. Once again, I just want to thank everyone, families, the kids. Hope they had a memorable season. I know I sure did. It's something I'm never going to forget. And I kept on telling the boys here all through the playoffs to enjoy the moment, because you might not know what you're really seeing right now or what you're experiencing, but later on in life, you're definitely going to enjoy it. So congratulations one more time, boys. Look forward to many more years of football.
Thank you. You want to add something?
Just like to add one thing is I was mentioning in the back when we walked in, the reason the game was really important is because when everyone came in today, the boys on both teams actually sat intertwined. They didn't even sit with their respective teams, and that's because these teams have a lot of friendships going both ways. So congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. I was hoping Jim Gascab would be here tonight, but I don't see him. So I'll see him. I'll see him later. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, guys.
If I could have one announcement, if I could, please, just while everybody's here, I feel it appropriate. I don't know if anybody's been at Park Avenue Field in the last week or so, but we have installed new turf. There's original turf down on the field. There's a lot of people we have to thank, in particular the sports groups, junior football, lacrosse, soccer, all came together. It was all done with private donations, the Banner Fund, and a lot of work by a lot of people to get us to this point. It's been a project ongoing for the last several years, and it kind of all came together pretty quickly. And if you'll see over there now, it's fenced off. The grass is nice. The good news, the turf is in. The bad news, the field isn't going to open until June of next year to give an opportunity. But on behalf of the municipality, I want to thank junior football, lacrosse, soccer, Jim Gascab, who worked tirelessly. I will tell you, he's not here tonight, so I'll embarrass him. It's his birthday, I believe. But, we were over walking as they were starting the turf, and he says, "Hey, I got plans already for phase 4 and 5. Which is good. He and John Mascaro had a lot to do with it. So we want to say thanks to everybody. And our staff, Jerry Duke, our new Director of Community Services, had his first challenge. Having the turf and overseeing everything. He, Gene Statler, Mike Pomposelli, Tim Roney, and all our public works people did a lot of work. They actually, some of them worked the weekend after Thanksgiving, but it was a great effort by a lot of people, and we just want to say thank you.
Okay. You guys want to stay a while, or you want to go home? All right. Yeah.
Channel 32.
Hi, guys.
When you get on camera, you don't want to leave.
Oh, they're staying.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, thank you guys for all your time. It's great. Okay. Hey, be glad they're not playing hockey. Are you looking for your jacket? Right there it is. Okay, we'll move on here with our agenda for tonight. I'll just finish up here. I got a couple things. Light Up Night, which we had a week ago, Monday night, last Monday night, was very successful. If you weren't there, the place was crowded over at the community center. I didn't find out till tonight that the microphone wasn't working, or I wasn't speaking into it or something, so we'll fix that for next year. But overall, it was a good night, a really good night, and thank you for that. Speaking of Christmas, Our lighting contest is going to be starting this coming week as well. So if anybody has a house that they want to make sure gets judged, send me a note, call me, and I'll give it to the right people, and we'll give it to the judges in that area. So don't be bashful. You can nominate yourself. And you may know and you may not know, but we give out 9 prizes for that because it's judged by ward. So every ward will have a first place winner again this year. That's park football. We got that out of the way. Okay. Birthdays for the elderly. Mildred, now to start with Harry Wetzel. Harry Wetzel and Howard Kostler. Both were born in 1921, so they're 91 years old this year. Happy birthday to them. Dorothy Hawkins is 92. She's born in 1920. Claire Pachavis, 93. December 23rd, 1919. Congratulations to her. Happy birthday. Ella Bauer is 95, born in 1917. Ethel Manuel is 99, and so is Teresa Bombera. Happy birthday to you girls. And Mildred Delaney turned 100 this year, born in 1912. So there's a goal for all of you. It's exciting to do these because these people are such a minority, and it's just fun to be with them. For those you may not know, we also do a luncheon with them in October every year. So they get together and they get to meet each other, and it's a great day. And I believe that's all I have tonight, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Don.
I just thought I'd mention that we have a couple scouts in the audience. They
Oh,
have
yes.
to attend public meetings for merit badges, so we want to welcome them. And if you guys didn't get a copy of the agenda, there's one up on the table. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for reminding me I was going to do that, but I forgot it. Welcome, Scouts.
Thank you very much. And speaking of birthdays, I'd also like to announce, we mentioned Mr. Duke's name a little bit earlier, but it is his birthday today.
Really?
We won't mention how old, but if Mark O'Brien was here, he would sing. But So happy birthday, Mr. Duke. Okay, this time we turn to librarian's report. We apologize for...
Good evening. I'm Rachel Tiroff from the Bethel Park Public Library. Christine was not able to be here tonight, and I think I'm going to kill her. So how can you follow that? That was fantastic. That was great. However, we have some very exciting things happening at the library. We have a new service of, it's called Zinio, and it's downloadable digital magazines. It's cover-to-cover magazines, and there are over 300 titles to choose from, and it's free to all library card holders. So if you have a library card, you don't need to subscribe to magazines anymore. You can read them on your computer, your phone, or any handheld device, and we're really excited to be providing this for library card holders. And if you don't have a library card, get one, because this makes it worth it. Not that everything else doesn't, because it does. We have the Friends of the Library. It's time to renew your membership. So that's $10 to continue being a friend. And we have room for more friends. So stop in or check out the website. There's additional information on becoming a friend of the library. Our fundraising, as always, we have a winter lottery raffle. And it's for the month of January based on the Pennsylvania daily number in the evening. So it's a $10 donation and 31 chances to win. So every day you could be a winner. The annual fund drive is in progress, so please remember the library in your year-end giving. Proceeds to all fundraising activities support the programs and services of the library. The library will be closed on December 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and we will reopen December 26th with our regular hours. For more information on any of these programs, please visit www.bethelparklibrary.org. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This time we turn to the chief's report, police chief's report. Chief Mack.
Good evening. Thank you. Looks like somebody was happy to get that over with. Well, I guess before I get into my announcements here, I'd just like to take an opportunity on behalf of the police department to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And with that thought in mind, the Bethel Park Police Pals Food Drive has 9 days remaining. So on December 19th, we're going to package up the food and get it distributed to the local churches, and then they will distribute the food from there. I would like to take an opportunity to thank the folks at 2 Men and a Truck for donating the boxes this year for the food drive. The Adopt a Family program was a huge success this year. Because of the generosity shown by everyone out in the community, we're able to help over 30 families this year. And that help, of course, consists of buying presents for the kids, some food items, some gift certificates. And I think it just goes to show what a great community Bethel Park is, that we can help that many folks in need at this time of the year. So once again, thanks to everyone who's contributed to both programs, and let you know that we still have 9 days remaining, and we are still accepting donations. On Saturday, December 1st, members of the police department, the fire department, Tri-Community South EMS were at the Shop and Save, Giant Eagle, and Walmart down on Route 88. And at that time, we collected $1,644 and over 40 boxes of food for the food drive. Then following that, on Saturday the 8th, members of the fire department, this was, they took the lead on this one, and of course the paramedics and police helped them out, because as I mentioned last month, we made this a joint effort with all the public safety services. We collected an additional $1,849 and 20 plus more boxes of food. So as you can see, when we all work together, we can accomplish some pretty amazing things here. And once again, I'll say it again, it's not too late. We have 9 more days left in the food drive. I also announce every month that we are accepting applications for the Citizens Police Academy. The cutoff this year is 50. We only have 4 slots remaining. So if there's anyone out there that would like to sign up for the academy, we're holding 4 slots, and that'll be it. And it was just a few short years ago, we couldn't get enough people interested to sponsor a Citizens Police Academy, and now it's so successful that we actually have to turn people away, but only for a brief time, because we put everybody on the waiting list for the following year. Good news for a lot of folks out there. The Baptist Road, Broughton Road corridor is now open for traffic. That's the good news. The bad news is in the spring, there will be further road restrictions, so I guess everybody should enjoy it while they can. I guess there's a lot you could say about the road project, but I would like to thank the public out there for obeying all the traffic signals and signs. I know it's difficult times, and we've had probably very few minor incidents related to the construction, and we hope to see that pattern continue in the spring, and I'm sure it will. Finally, there will be a Crime Watch meeting this Wednesday, December 12th, 6:30 p.m. at the Community Center. Our guest speaker is Dave Geely. He's with the Postal Inspector's Service, and he's going to be talking about mail fraud and other related crimes. Following the presentation by Mr. Geely, we are going to have light refreshments, and like I said last month, this meeting isn't just for Crime Watch, it's also for any member of the public who would like to attend, and sure, it's an opportunity to possibly recruit you for Crime Watch. We basically have about 1,000 people signed up in Bethel Park for Crime Watch. It's a terrific program. If you're so inclined, please come out. We'd be more than happy to have you sign up for Crime Watch, but that's not a requirement. You can come out and just enjoy the evening with some of your neighbors and friends, and even listen to some good speakers. There's absolutely no obligation. So once again, that's Wednesday, December 12th, 6:30 p.m. at the Community Center. And that concludes my report. Any
Thank you very
questions?
much, Steve. Hearing none, thank you very much. The fire report, we won't have anybody this evening. They're having their annual membership meeting tonight, so they will not be attending. At this time, can I turn to the approval of the minutes of Mr. Allen?
I move that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of November 12th, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of November 12, 2012. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagnuolo, would you please call the roll?
Dixon? Yes. Gibbons?
Yes.
Cannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Lowry?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Allen.
Second item is police pension appeal hearing of November 12th, 2012. I move that we approve the minutes of the police pension appeal hearing of November 12th, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We approve the minutes of the police pension appeal hearing on November 12, 2012. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagnuolo, please call the roll.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Cannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Lowry?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon? Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to approval of the bills and payrolls. And Mr. Allen.
I move that we approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 121012 in the amount of $846,104.99.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 121012 in the amount of $846,104.99. Any discussion of this item? Not too many Christmas presents this year, Mr. Spagnuolo. Oh, wait. Mr. Spagnuolo, please call the roll.
Cannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Lowry?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon? Yes. Gibbons?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. At this time, I'd like to go to resident comments section. If anybody has any comments, come to the microphone and state your name and address. Hearing none, can we turn to general policy and finance? And before we get into the agenda, Mr. Spagnuolo has an announcement.
A couple announcements that I have. I would like to first of all mention that we have a new finance director. His name is Joe Villela, sitting over here next to the chief and Mike Smith. Joe came to us. He's replacing Mark Ramito, who is leaving us at the end of the month. Joe is formerly the finance director at Seton LaSalle High School and a Bethel Park resident. And also, Joe is a graduate of Washington and Jefferson College. I understand that's the same college as Roger Goodell, head honcho of the NFL. And we should also note that Joe actually is involved in refereeing college games. And whether or not he may be talking to Roger Goodell to straighten out the NFL, I don't know. But I think he could do a good job of that. So I'd like to welcome. Pardon?
It's never a bad idea to have a referee.
Yeah. It was mentioned to me, more importantly, can Joe get us tickets? But we'd like to congratulate Joe. Welcome to Bethel Park. Also mentioning Mark Ramito, still our finance director, also till the end of the month. He did receive, Mark Ramito did receive, on behalf of the municipality of Bethel Park, an award, and I'd like to, which I think is very prestigious. I'd like to read a letter here that I got from Stephen Gaultier, the director with the Government Finance Officers Association, also known as GFOA, located in Chicago, Illinois. Dear Mr. Spagnuolo, we are pleased to notify you that your comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2011, qualifies for a Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in governmental accounting and financial reporting. It is an attainment that represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. The Certificate of Achievement plaque, a plaque will be shipped to Mark Ramito, Finance Director. We hope that your example will encourage other governmental officials in their efforts to achieve and maintain an appropriate standard of excellence in financial reporting. Sincerely, Stephen J. Gaultier. And would like to give, if we may, a big round of applause to Mark Romito.
Hey, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Harrison.
I told Joe he has a tough act to follow, so
He can
he's
do
got
it.
his work cut out for him.
We expect your name on this plaque next year. I'd also like to thank our Assistant Manager Judy Miller and all our staff who worked with Mark to get us to this point. It was a big undertaking, a lot of work under the direction of our manager, Bill Spagnuolo, but we want to thank everybody for a job well done.
If I may mention also Pam Inglis did also yeoman's work in assisting Mark getting this done. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much. Okay, at this time, we would like to turn to General Policy and Finance and Mr. Hannon, and we have no residents signed up to speak.
First item is the 2013 regular council meeting dates. Move that we approve the following year 2013 regular council meeting dates with a starting time of 7:30 p.m. January 14th, February 11th, March 11th, April 8th, May 13th, June 10th, July 8th, August 12th, September 9th, October 14th, November 11th, and December 9th.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We approve the following year 2013 regular council meeting dates with the start time of 7:30 p.m. January 14th, February 11th, March 11th, April 8th, May 13th, June 10th, July 8th, August 12th, September 9th, October 14th, November 11th, and December 9th. Just for the record, that's the second Monday of each month in council chambers. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagnuolo, please call the roll.
Harrison,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Maury,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Gibbons, Hannon.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Hannon.
The next item is a resolution for the year 2013 tax anticipation note. I move that we adopt the resolution relative to the proposal submitted by Brentwood Bank for the year 2013 tax anticipation note in accordance with the Finance Director's correspondence dated November 27, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we adopt a resolution relative to the proposed submittal by Brentwood Bank for the year 2013 tax anticipation note in accordance with the Finance Director's correspondence dated November 27, 2012. Any discussion of this item?
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Harris.
We may mention that we do this every year because lots of the money doesn't come in until August, September for the real estate. So this is to have money to operate the municipality until we collect the real estate taxes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harrison. Mr. Spagnuolo?
Yes.
No. Okay, Mr. Harrison, please call, or Mr. Spagnuolo, please call the roll.
McLean,
Yes.
Maury,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Gibbons,
Yes.
Hannon,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Hannon.
Next item is a resolution to appointment of the Southwest Allegheny Tax Collection Committee delegate. I move that we adopt a resolution to change the municipality's Southwest Allegheny Tax Collection Committee delegate by naming Joseph Valala as the new primary voting delegate.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we adopt a resolution to change the municipality's Southwest Allegheny Tax Collection Committee delegate by naming Joseph Valala as the new primary voting delegate. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagnuolo, would you please call the roll?
Maury,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Gibbons,
Yes.
Hannon,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Hannon.
Next item is a resolution dealing with the police pension benefit appeal. I move that we adopt a resolution denying the appeal of the decision of the police pension plan administrator dated August 29th, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We adopt a resolution denying the appeal of the decision of the police pension plan administrator dated August 29, 2012. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagnuolo, would you please call the roll?
Allen,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Gibbons,
Yes.
Hannon,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Hannon.
Next item is an ordinance establishing the year 2012 administrative salaries. Move that we approve the ordinance providing 2012 salaries for the Bethel Park management, supervisor, and other confidential employees.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we approve the ordinance providing 2012 salaries for the Bethel Park management, supervisor, and other confidential employees. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Steiger, please call the roll.
Dixon,
Yes.
Gibbons,
Yes.
Hannon,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Maury,
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Hannon.
Next item is an ordinance for the year 2013 administrative salaries. Move that we approve the ordinance providing 2013 salaries for the Bethel Park management, supervisory, and other confidential employees.
Second.
There's a motion, a second, we approve the ordinance providing 2013 salaries for the Bethel Park management, supervisory, and other confidential employees. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagel, please call the roll.
Givens.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Hannon.
We have no further agenda items under general policy and finance, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hannon. This time we turn to planning and zoning and Mr. Dixon.
Mr. Mallory, Mr. Hannon dominated the entire agenda, and I have nothing left on the planning and zoning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dixon. Any other items?
I do have an additional item I'd like
Mr.
to
Dixon.
discuss very briefly, and that is related to the Baptist and Broughton construction project and the closure of Locust Road. Now that intersection is open again, the guide rail will remain up on Locust. But there was a meeting up there that we had some months ago now with PennDOT regarding the opening of a pedestrian access through that guide rail to allow neighbors to come up Locust and cross over Broughton Road to get to the shops on the other side. And we met with PennDOT, sent them a letter officially requesting that they open that guide rail for pedestrian access, and that is still in PennDOT's hands. We haven't heard back from them yet. Mr. Spagnol, I believe, checked with our traffic engineer. Was it you or Jerry checked?
Well, we talked about it, and Jerry actually talked to Mark Magalotti.
Okay.
From Transit Associates.
So we did check on that. Nobody has heard back from PennDOT yet. They still have that decision forthcoming. So we're waiting patiently for them, and I understand it does take some time and some review before they do that. I'll let the residents know the minute we get approval to do that. Hopefully it'll be approval. It seemed like a positive meeting when we were up there, but we still have to wait to see what their determination is. And secondly, something was brought to my attention by one of the residents down on Lawrence Drive, and there's a misconception regarding how that guide rail got placed across Locust and the closure of Locust. In anticipation of that project at Baptist and Broughton, we proactively took some measures to control traffic cutting through the neighborhoods down there. This is not an uncommon occurrence. We've been to this rodeo before. It's happened in various other parts of the community. Most recently, it happened on Baptist Road when the bridge was reconstructed a couple of years ago, and we had heavy volumes of traffic cutting through neighborhoods over there. So we proactively took some steps, got some PennDOT approvals to direct traffic away from the neighborhoods to the extent that we were able to do that. We can't prohibit vehicles from driving through the neighborhoods. They're entitled to do that. So we took what steps we could. Included in that, we provided at least 3 different scenarios to PennDOT. I don't remember exactly whether it was 3 or 4, but part of the proposals that we made to PennDOT included closing Locust and placing a guide rail over that. It was brought to my attention that some of the residents down there thought that it was PennDOT's idea. It was not. It was included in these proposals that we gave to PennDOT. PennDOT selected which plan they wanted to pursue and told us which plan to go forward with. And as a result, that's what we did. We put some signage on Jordan, put the guide rail up, all in an effort to control traffic before it gets to the intersection of Baptist and Broughton and to keep it out of those neighborhoods down there. So just wanted to take a moment to clear up that misconception. I didn't want that to be hanging out there. And if anybody has any questions, please give me a call. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dixon. Any additional items? Hearing none, we turn to Health, Safety, and Welfare. Mr. McLean.
Mr. President, we have no items on the agenda this evening for health, safety, and welfare.
Are there any additional items?
I do have a couple of additional items.
Mr. McLean.
Thank you. I was sitting here tonight, and 2 things occurred to me that sort of, I think, reaffirm why we all enjoy living in Bethel Park. I thought the chief might mention this, but he pointed out to us a couple of weeks ago that there had been a study done that determined that Bethel Park was the 27th safest community to live in the United States of America. A pretty impressive determination from that study, and in fact I looked at the list of the 100 cities and there was only one other community from Pennsylvania. But it was based on the fact that we have an extremely low crime rate for the number of people who live in this community. And I think that's a testament to the police department, to the leadership of Chief Mackey, and also to the people in this community. I don't think it's an accident that, as the chief said, we now have 1,000 people involved in the Crime Watch community, and we have one of the safest communities in the United States. So it's something I think we all work on and we should all be proud of. The other related event was related to Mr. Romito and his award. A year ago, we sat in this room and faced a lot of uncertainty about what was going to happen with the Act 32 and the earned income tax, and how was that money going to come in, reassessments in the same year, and how was that going to affect the real estate taxes. But through a lot of good work by people on the staff, and I think some good decisions that were made, we were able last month to, without much fanfare, actually reduce the millage rate on our real estate taxes from 2.43 to 2.03. So what occurred to me is we've managed, I think, to keep our real estate taxes relatively low compared to other communities, yet we have one of the safest communities around and in the United States. So I think that's something all of us should be proud of in this entire community. And I just wanted to mention that and make the proper accolades toward the people who work for us, because they're all responsible for bringing that about. The other thing I was going to mention is that if you're looking for a suitable year-end contribution, we're having our blood drive on December 29th. It will be held at the Bethel Park Community Center on Saturday, December 29th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You do not get a tax deduction for the contribution, but you will get 2 Carmike movie tickets for each person who donates.
You have to pay the tax on
We'll refer that to others. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Also, Mr. Pape, Chair of House Safety and Welfare, is with us this evening. I would like to wish, I'm sure he's not watching the council meeting as he usually does, would like to say Merry Christmas and look forward to seeing Mr. Pape back here next month. At this time, are there any additional House Safety and Welfare items?
There are not.
Thank you very much. Can we turn to Public Works and Maintenance and Mr. Allen in the absence of Mr. O'Brien?
Right. In the absence of Mr. O'Brien, there are no items under Public Works and Maintenance, but as he always says, I have one. So I had to come up with one. I just want to mention that the banner program that we have in Bethel, compared to the ones that are on Castle Shannon, West Mifflin has, and we talked about a little bit about it last month. The banner program's up and going. You can visit our website, and thanks to Judy Miller, there's a link on there that will take you right to an application. If you don't do that, you can stop by the municipality or the municipal building, and there are applications out front. The cost is $80. Just bring a check and a picture so we can put on the banner. The check would be made to the American Legion, and then we will handle it from there. And just so you know, the banners will actually be hung from Memorial Day of next year through Veterans Day, and we'll do that in-house here. So I just want to let you know that it's a nice present if you're looking for one for Christmas, but the program is up and going.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Are there any additional items?
Move we adjourn.
Second. All in favor, meeting adjourned. Good night, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.